It's Bianca Speaks here. Welcome to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here. I hope you're having a great day. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel, I talk about a lot of things related to things that I am passionate about. Number one, that is God, our creator. Number two is self-love. And moving forward now onto the next year and however long, infinite, I'm going to be talking about things that are trending in the news related to relationships and self-love and kind of some things related to justice and things like that, because those are things that I love to talk about. I'm so excited for the new year. I'm so excited for right now. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope your day is prosperous and happy. Remember, I'm Bianca Speaks. I'm just a messenger. Also, my Patreon is up. I'm just starting to get the wheels rolling, so come on in. I have some free quotes and free videos I send to you during the week and sometimes daily. When I do my skits are also going to be on Patreon and on the YouTube paid membership group. So become a member today. I'm so excited to have you. Have so much to talk about. And I'm also going to be having some one-on-one sessions to those who may be dealing with things with self-love and how to get yourself back in alignment with God and how God teaches you how to love yourself, because he taught me. Also, don't forget to check out my podcast, Bianca Speaks, on all podcast platforms. I'm just starting the wheels rolling back up against that as well. And don't forget, I am a techie. I am a computer and data scientist. I have a bachelor's degree in information technology and a master's in computer science. I'm so excited. So check periodically. I have a playlist on techpreneur stuff. So I'm going to be teaching a lot of basics, information, and things like that. Any advanced courses that I have will be in my paid groups. So let's get started. What do I want to talk to you about today? It's something that you need to learn. So, what I want to talk to you about today is something that I believe in so truly. I have experienced this, and I have seen a lot of people, to each his own, talk about this one topic when it comes to you and God and your purpose. This is something that I don't play about. Coming from a sinner who once sinned for 12 years out in the streets and clubs doing things that I had no business doing. And all I did every single night when I went to sleep and I prayed to God and I said, Lord, please move me into the place that I'm supposed to be. Because I was basically saying to the Lord, I can't get myself out of these pits that, the enemy has me in. I am that caught up. And I'm a person who grew up with God. We're locked in. But sometimes we fall short of that. And that is not okay, but it is okay. Because what I learned not only about sin, but what I learned about God and who God is to that level at that time, because we can never know the fullness of God unless we experience and have a relationship with God, right? So what I learned not only about God, I learned about myself. And I started to learn how the things that I was doing and I was holding inside was causing me to act certain ways and do certain things that led to those sins, which was not in alignment or of light with what we were called to do. So I hear a lot of people talk about your purpose. I talk about your purpose a lot. I believe that your purpose is direct in line with the abundance that has, God created for you. In Deuteronomy, God says what? You're the head and not the tail. You are the lender, not the borrower, right? So I believe in that. And those, in my opinion, from my humble experience, is directly tied to your purpose. And all of us sometimes know our purpose, and some people don't. I will talk about that in another video, those who don't know their purposes. But if you do know your purpose, like I do, and some of you are multifaceted people like myself, that is A-okay. Don't let anyone tell you that there's something you're doing wrong, because you're not. But when you're a multifaceted person, God has put multiple purposes on you. Not only that, he has created you a different way. You may like a lot of different things like I do. I like tech stuff. I like interior design. I like to draw. I like to change my room around 5,000 times. I also like to do different things and explore certain things. I'm an analyst. I'm a researcher, right? And I like to lay my hair down, and I like to go-kart racing. There's so many things that we like to do. We're not just one set of people who just do one thing and live our life just as that. We are multifaceted people, and that is a beautiful thing. But sometimes it's hard to kind of channel that into getting all of those things done that God wants you to do with your gifts and purposes. A lot of people will tell you that your purpose, if you don't use it, you lose it. use or lose, like your vacation leave, right? If you don't use it, you lose it. That's not how God works, in my opinion. Coming from someone who has sinned, I knew exactly what my purposes were when I was little. I knew how God created me to be and use both sides of my brain every single day. I'm just like my father, he does the same thing. And my mother, who is on the creative side, and she loves tech too. Mama is a genius in her scale of technology, even at her age. Like she wanted to do IT before I was even born. So I am just saying, sometimes people will tell you that if you don't use your gifts and purposes, God will take them away from you and give them to somebody else. I'm going to tell you right now from my humble experience that is not true. Because when I was sinning, like I just talked about, for 12 years, I sinned. I was in the pit. I had rose colored glasses on. I was so deep in that, it felt like nothing could bother me. It felt like I was on top of the earth. I got everything I wanted easily. It was nothing. Not to say God still wasn't watching me. He still was protecting me. He still was carrying me through. But I was sinning, y'all. And sin is a lot of things: alcoholism, drug abuse, um, being disrespectful, gossiping, not anything that is not of light, adultery, anything that is not of light and is of darkness. From me, it is a sin. It is not of light, and God created us with light. So I am saying this respectfully and of course with love, because I place no judgment. I'm the last one to put judgment on anybody. I'm just going through what I've walked through and sharing my experiences. So as I was sinning, I always knew my purposes. I just wasn't doing them. Right. And there came a season, honestly, these past 7 years, where I've been having this up and down phase that I've never had in my entire life. And I'm just, Lord, what's going on? Everything affected me. My relationships, my money was funny. I kept getting in and out of friendships, losing friends, gaining friends. I was having the wrong people around me. It just wasn't working out. And I'm like, why am I stumbling so much, God? What's going on? And it took a while for me to realize, because I was so deep in a lot of things that I had going on. Number one, my godfather died, and he was like my father. Then, and during COVID, my father died. So I had all these things that are going on in my mind that I haven't faced, right? I wasn't putting them to the forefront to deal with it. And when you don't do that, and when it comes up forward, it hits you smack in the face. So I had that going on. Then my money was funny. Then I'm losing friends. Then I'm trying to find a job. Then I'm doing all these things that are just weird. And then the job I had won't pay enough for me to pay all my bills at once, So I had to ask for money, borrow money, do things like that. And sometimes I almost lost everything I had. And I've never been in these situations. I've always had everything together. And when I did, I was like, what's going on? I was coming out of a season. It's around 7 to 8 years. I was coming out of a season. I was coming out of a bad relationship, number one. I was coming out of a job in a corporate world that God no longer wanted me in. I kept getting sick every single day I would go to work, every single day. And my doctor told me, she was like, it's either you, because the job's still going to be here. When you leave, they're going to put somebody else there. So you need to start taking care of yourself. And that's what I did. I abruptly left because I couldn't deal with it anymore. I think I slept for like 24 hours one day. I just slept. And I've never done that before. I woke up and it was the next day. And that's when I called my doctor. I was like, something is really wrong. Like, I need to see you, because I've never done that before. I was honestly scared and nervous because I'm like, what's going on? But now I realize I was coming out of a season and I was being prepared for the season I'm in right now. It took around 7 to 8 years for me to be in this position right now to talk to you. In 2017, I started a video to talk about tech. At that time, it was about Adobe. For goodness sake, we're way past Adobe now, right? But I am back in my seat, and I'm here to tell you that you may go through storms, right? I've gone through every storm that I can think of: relationships, family issues, friendship issues, health issues, financial issues, all these storms that I've gone through, and almost losing everything I have. Every time I would put my foot forward, take responsibility for my actions in the past, and I'm on the right track, I was still getting knocked down. And I was just like, this cannot be my life. Like, it's looking like I'm just not doing anything, or I'm not trying. And baby, I'm trying. I was trying. I was putting everything, filling out every job application that I could, 7-Eleven down the street, everything. And I'm like, Lord, what is going on? This season, he told me when I fasted, he caused me to fast. There's things with spiritual warfare with your friends and family that you may not realize that affect your life. And I will talk about that deeply in another video. But for the sake of your purpose, in this video, you are not going to lose your purpose. God is not going to unassign what he created you and birthed you with and give it to somebody else. That is a no. Don't let nobody ever tell you to your face that if you don't use your purpose, you'll lose it. That is a lie, because I sinned. I had a grief. And I'm talking about 7 to 8 years going through this phase. But prior to that, the 4 years prior to that, I'm sinning. I'm out there standing in the streets, and I still felt God. I still felt his presence. I still felt him telling me to get it done. I still had him tell me, you need to come out of this, and I was disobedient. And he was still telling me to do my purpose. So I'm going to tell you right now, that is a lie. The times where it gets funny and it gets serious between you and God is this. Is what I faced with this year. God's going to sit you down. You're going to have some stormy waters, okay, like I've had. You're going to have some storms, some rains, some hurricanes. They may come up in your life. It may not be finances like it was me in love and relationships. It may be something else. Or it may not happen at all. But you may start to feel that you're changing into something that God called you to be. And changing means he's changed my character. He changed how I view and see things. He helped me become more apparent of me, right, before anyone else. Told me, Bianca, stop giving so much of your money or you ain't gonna have much of it, right? So I was like, I gotta stop doing that. So all of these things having me listen more, having me take a step back from working in the community so God can work on me first, because what good am I to the community if I'm not good to myself first, right? Change how angry I used to be all the time. Changing how I used to get frustrated, changing how I didn't surrender all things to God. Because one thing that he wants us to do is continuously to surrender things to him. And when we don't do that, that's when we become frustrated. So when I fasted this season and God told me to sit down, my car broke down probably 5 times within the last year, to this point where it's not working at this moment. Okay. And thankfully, I have another car to use in the meantime, but I have to turn that car back in. So this last time, God was like, I'm sitting you down. And I didn't listen, because all this year he was like, you need to sit down, you need to listen to me, and you need to surrender everything to me. And I won't listen, because I'm like, Lord, I got bills. I got stuff that need to be paid, or I won't be up in here, you know? And so that's why those jobs weren't being approved. That's why I was not getting myself financially together like I should have been, because I was not surrendering everything to God. I wasn't doing what he asked me to do. That's a hard thing to do. That's some crazy faith, to sit here and be like, Lord, I surrender to you, but I got some bills I need to pay. I hear you, but I got these bills. They might shut my water off tomorrow. They might shut my electricity tomorrow. But Lord, I hear you, but I got this bill. That's crazy surrendering. And so when he was telling me, I need you to surrender it all, I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? And then he called me to fast. I'm keeping it real. When God called me to fast in 24 hours, baby, I said, the popcorn in this cabinet is about to get eaten in hour 12, because I am hungry, but after so many hours, my body started to not want food. And I became empty of those things. And then I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. Then God started pouring more into me. He started taking me around the house and showing me things that I need to get out of my house that belongs to people in my past that I still had. He was moving me into these seasons that was releasing the energy, releasing the past, so I won't have it in my future, because he's creating me a new person. He's bringing forth light and love and new character and new blessings in my way. And I can't have that past or those past thoughts in there at the same time that he's trying to create this new journey in my life, right? And I'm fighting with him to do that, because I'm human and so are you. But God is so good that he gives us so much grace to go through that with him because he knows what he's doing. I don't, right? That's why we lean on him. So all I'm saying to you is when you have times where you know that you haven't completed your purposes yet, your storms are going to come, right? To get you in alignment with God first, right? And when he puts you into that starting phase of alignment, you may still be having some rocky situations. It ain't always everybody else. God can do things the way he wants him to do. In my case, he was shaking some stuff up. Okay, well, I'm looking like, Lord have mercy. I know they're looking at me funny. But I'm sitting here and I'm put a smile on my face. I done cried and fussed and fussed. I've done that. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm a human being. But then I became so content with the situation because I had no choice. When God tells you to surrender, he puts you in a surrender choice, you don't have no choice. I'm just being honest. So if you start back over trying to do what you want to do, he's going to smack your hind parts right back down so you can surrender to him because he got stuff for you to do on the earth. And as you're starting to move into what he's called you to do and be the person, the woman, and the man, and changing your character into those things that he's called you to, it's rough. But on the outside of that, once you come out of that, you're going to be in that beautiful phase where you have done and completed the part of your purpose in this season that he wants you to do. So starting, stopping. Just like I talked about my YouTube earlier, I was starting and stopping. I'm not stopping anymore. I'm starting and I'm going to finish it. Everything that he's assigned me to when it comes to my business and technology, I'm starting it and I'm going to finish it. All these times I was thinking about all these months and days that passed, and I probably could have been completed by now. But I was so busy in my thoughts and my feelings and doing it my way that God said, listen to me and surrender it all. And there's going to come a time where you won't lose your purpose, but God's going to give you a window of time and you will feel it. Oh crap, I gotta hurry up and get this done. Because he is preparing you for something that you don't know that's coming your way, boo. And I'm only saying this with love, you guys. It's hard to surrender it all to God because we don't know what's going on. But babe, when God set you down, like he set me down, you don't have a choice. We have to put our trust in God, not man. Stop looking at our situations and pay attention to God. Because number one, God is not the author of confusion, right? And in due time, if you faint not, right? If you faint not, then what? You will get everything that's about to you. So I'm just asking you to not listen to people who tell you that you will lose your purpose. You will never lose the purpose that God created you. It's just like God created the light and the sun and the moon. He created you with a purpose and an assignment. Some people haven't done their assignment yet. Some people probably aren't going to do their assignment, but it's theirs. You get what I'm saying? Does he need to do other things in the earth? Yes. Will he get it done? Yes. But whatever it is still assigned to you. You could be in the same group of that one assignment, but God's still not going to give it away to somebody else because it's yours. So all of you guys are fighting against your assignment and your purpose because you know deep down inside, just like I do, that when you're in there, it's going to be the best thing that you've ever had and the best feeling you could ever do and feel. And the beauty of it is you get to live in it. And that is directly attached to your abundance. And I'm not talking about these green pieces of papers with the presidents on it. I'm talking about your abundance with God because what God gives doesn't cost a thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? God is not in the relationship of transactional money. He's not going to say, oh, I need $5 from you. No, he can say, I need you to go teach somebody about your testimony that you've gone through. And that's your abundance. Do you get what I'm saying? So I just want you to understand that your purpose lies with you and make sure that you fuss and fight, yes, with yourself because God's changed you differently. You're not used to this type of thing. You're not used to surrendering all the time. And I mean surrendering it all. I mean that. Y'all can sit here and think I'm playing, but I surrendered everything. And I felt good doing it. And then I started getting back to myself like I used to be when disciplined. right? Sometimes when you go through things in life, you fall short of the core principles that you have of yourself that keep you moving and keep you going. But yes, God's going to bring that out back to you tenfold, and He's going to bring that out more powerful and teach you how to love yourself. Like, oh my God, I have to do another video about that. But yes, I just want to tell you today, your purpose belongs to you, not anyone else. You may be sinning right now. You may be going through financial troubles right now. You may have a broken heart right now. Somebody may have pissed you off. You may be on your last dollar and your last 50 cents. But I'm going to tell you something right now. When you surrender everything to God and listen to what God tells you to do, I promise, with everything that I love, your obedience with God is your direct line and your direct relationship with God that no one can take away from and no one can create. No one can create the relationship that you have with God. So when you surrender everything to Him and give Him your all, God, take my care, my problems away from me, Lord. Take my worries away from me, Lord. I don't want to look at this bill anymore, Lord. I'm giving it all to you, Jesus. I'm giving you my car payment, Lord. I'm giving you how to make a way out of no way, Lord. I can't do it. So I'm surrendering it all to you because only you have the way. Let God use you. Surrendering is letting God use you so that He can get the things done in you that He needs to be done for the world, for the people who need you. They may need something from me, but baby, they need you too. So it's important that we just let it go. Don't listen to your families and friends if they're being negative, right? Don't listen to nobody else about your experience. Listen to God. Pray and meditate. Use your tools and love on God like He loves on you, but you have to listen to Him. Not listening will keep you in failure and destruction for the rest of your life. When you surrender, it's going to change your life, and it's meant to do that. You may go through some storms, but the sun is going to shine one day again for you once you come out of it. And the storm is only to do what? To clean you up. That is it, because we're not perfect. But God can clean us up to the point that we're good enough to do the work that He needs us to do. So don't let nobody tell you that your purpose is going to be unassigned from you and assigned to somebody else. That's not how God works, in my humble opinion. I love you guys. Thank you so much for this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you're going through something right now in the comments. How are you feeling? Are you coming out? Are you going through? Are you in the storm? Share this with somebody and encourage somebody else in the comments. Don't forget to be respectful in the comments to each other. I love you guys. It's Bianca Speaks. I'm just a messenger.